Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, your Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday! How are you today, my friends? I hope that you have had a fantastic weekend. My weekend was super busy, but I am happy to be here with you today. I have fantastic projects to share with you today, as it is time for me to share alternative projects from the October Paper Pumpkin Kit. Oh my gosh! I'm so excited about the Paper Pumpkin Kit, let me tell you. Okay, first and foremost, let me show you this adorable box, okay? This box is the cutest paper pumpkin box I have ever seen, all right? I love Pool Party, first of all, one of my favorite colors. I love, actually, this may be even Coastal Cabana. I think it's Pool Party. I'm going to go with Pool Party. Okay, it has the birch trees on either side, and then it has a lovely little cardinal up on the tree branch, and that is indicative of the project that is inside the box. I am so excited to show that project with you. Okay, so let me show you the instruction sheet here so you can see the cards and envelopes. The project kit makes 10 cards and coordinating envelopes, and they are absolutely adorable. Okay, look at that. Oh my gosh, so cute. The die-cut birch trees, the cute little cardinals, the little snowflakes. I've got a little secret to share. I'm going to be making a shaker card with the snowflakes. So cute! Okay. All right, so here's the deal. Unfortunately, if you did not already subscribe to the October Paper Pumpkin Kit, you've missed your shot. This kit sold out. It was so exciting to be looking forward to. So the October kit is gone. There are no refills, unfortunately. There are no other kits that will be available for sale, at least as far as we know right now. However, the October's kit coordinates with the November's kit, and the November's kit is said to be holiday gift tags, and I can imagine that if they coordinate with this, they are going to be gorgeous. So if you are not already signed up for Paper Pumpkin, or if you have suspended or skipped or whatever with your kits, listen, friends, you need to get on that website and you need to make sure that you've got at least one, maybe 2 or 3 kits coming to your door next month, because they are going to be phenomenal. You do not want to miss out, all right? Seriously, you do not want to miss out. So I am going to put a link down in the description box below so that you can just click and go and sign up or get your next box or whatever you need to do, because you are not going to want to miss out on the November kit. And I have a feeling that the November kit is going to sell out the same as the October kit. You know, it happened like this last year too, when they did a coordinating kit between October and November. People lost their minds because it was an absolutely gorgeous kit. So make sure that you sign up right away, okay? So down in the description box, there's the link. Click it, sign up. All right, good. Okay, moving along. Now, today's projects, 2 projects, are going to be this lovely gift card and gift box set. And the reason why I'm doing 2 alternative projects for you today is because they really do go together. And let me tell you what I mean. I'm using a card from the kit. I'm using an envelope from the kit. And from these 2 items, the matching card and envelope, I will be making the gift box and the gift card, okay? So, let me set these aside. What you're going to need are one of the card bases. You're going to need one of the envelopes. You'll also need a sheet, a window sheet, cut at 5.5 by 4.25. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, it's because that is 1/2 of a standard A2 size card. So 5.5 by 4.25 window sheet. You'll also need a scrap of Whisper White, I believe that's just over 1/2 inch. I mean, it really is just a scrap. So yeah, about 1/2 inch. And then you're going to need layering circles, Night of Navy and Whisper White. And the Night of Navy is 1 3/4, and the Whisper White is 1 5/8. Okay? Now, that's what you're going to need to create the 2 projects. Oh, you're also going to need some of that fabulous silver metallic edge ribbon that I love so much. You know I love this stuff. It's beautiful. And then, of course, you're going to need some adhesive dimensionals. And so, yes. All right, now, let me tell you about this envelope. Excuse me. Let me tell you about this envelope for just a second, because for those of you who follow me regularly or have been following me for a while, you know that whenever there is a kit that has envelopes and they have print on the inside, that I'm going to dismantle that puppy and I'm going to make it into something else. And that is going to happen this time too. There's no exception here. But for today, I'm going to be using the whole envelope, so I'm not really going to worry too much about that. Okay, so there's that. Now, let us start by cutting this card in half. I want the front and the back panels separated, and I just happen to have on hand. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me set this stuff off to the side, get it out of the way. Okay. Now, we're going to do the card first. Now, if you notice that this is the size of the back of the card, so all I'm going to do here is score at 2 3/4, because that is the halfway between 5 1/2. All right, so I'm going to get my scoreboard and I'm just going to score at 2 3/4. Okay, now that's done. I can burnish the score line here, and my gift card base is ready. All right, now what I want to do is cut an 3/4 of an inch off each side of the card, because I really just want the center. As you can see, I just want the center part here for the gift card, and then I'm going to be using these 3/4 inch panels too. So let me get my big and clunky trimmer out. I am so excited to be sharing with you that Stampin' Up! Has a new paper trimmer coming out, and mine should be here tomorrow. I was hopeful that it would be here today and I could show it off to you, but it'll have to wait. Maybe I can do a Facebook Live tomorrow and share it with you. All right, now I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch off. Actually, I want to do the short sides first. So let me go 1/2 3/4 of an inch, and then flip it over and go 3/4 of an inch. All right, and then 1 2 3/4. That's right, I didn't get 3/4 of an inch on this because, hold on, let me turn it this way first. I don't know if I'm even entirely in the view, so I hope I am. I want to take my 3/4 off this side, because this side isn't quite 3/4. It puts it really tight. I think I did take the 3/4 off anyways. I'm second guessing myself and I shouldn't. 1 2 3/4. All right, there we go. Okay, yes, I know I did. 1/2 and 3/4. There we go. All right, now let me see. The card base is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 now. So we want the card panel to be 2 1/2 by 4. And you can see it's 2 1/2 by 4. And so I want to make sure that I've got this 2.5, so I have to cut just a sliver, just 1/4 inch off that side, which I'm not going to use. And then I'm already at 4 inches, so I have 2.5 by 4 inches here. Let me get that clunky old trimmer out of the way. All right, now I'm going to take my stamps. I have to show you these fabulous stamps. Look at the stamps that come in this month's kit. So we have some fabulous little black background snow flurries. We've got a beautiful little cardinal that matches the die cut pieces. We have a fun snowflake here. And we have season's greetings, winter wishes, and then wishing you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year sentiment for the inside of our cards, which is fabulous. All right, so what I want to do is I want to take the backing off, and I want to put some of these stamps on blocks. So let me just do that right quick. There's that. Let me put a cardinal on a block. Let me put this. There we go. And let's put Season's Greetings right there. Okay. First things first. I want a scrap of paper. And what am I doing here? There we go. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I had used this paper to do the silver embossing paste, and it had stuck to another piece of paper. That was bad. All right, let's flip it over. Okay, so what I want to do is bring in some Night of Navy ink. Now, the kit comes with a Night of Navy ink spot, but you guys know I don't use those on these projects. I like to use my big ink pads. So, I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to ink up part of these dots. I don't really want to ink up all of them because I want to fit them in the spaces around the trees. So I'm kind of being selective about how much of this gets inked up because my space is a little bit smaller than the regular card space. So I've got to be a little more careful. And that'll work. Let me get just these last little 3 right there. There we go. Okay. Ink done. Let me clean that stamp right quick. I finally broke down and opened up a new Stampin' scrub because I had been using my very, very old style one, which was a black one, and the hinges had broke, and I was using it in 2 separate pieces, and it was a hot mess. So I finally broke down and opened up a new one. Okay, now that we've got this done, let me get that paper out of the way. And let me drop a glue dot. Not a glue dot, just a drop of glue. That's what I mean. Let's just put a little spot of glue right there on the tree. And then I'm going to show you the cutest little die cuts you have ever seen. We have our fabulous little cardinals right here. And I'm going to use this one this time. So I'm going to turn him the opposite direction. Because why not? There we go. Okay. Now, as you can see, there are little die cut cardinals. We've got some fabulous little banners with silver foil, and then some wood grain banners that match the inside of those envelopes, which are fabulous. Okay, now that we've got this, let's go ahead and take some of the beautiful ribbon, and we're going to just tie it into a knot. We're not tying any fancy bows this time, just a simple knot. Alrighty. tying a knot. Pull it a little bit snug so that way I can get it tight and then trim it. Alright, there we go. Okay, got it. Listen, don't run off. There we are. And this side. There. Very good. Alright, we are almost done with this card already. It is so easy. Okay, now I'm going to run some adhesive. There we go. And then line it up on our card base. Just like so. Okay. Now I'm going to take this scrap and our Season's Greetings and Poppy Parade ink. And I'm using Poppy Parade because that's the color that the cardinals are. Stampin' Up! Gives you a list of coordinating colors on the back of the instruction sheet, which is very handy. And so you can make fabulous alternative projects. And they match fabulously because you have the correct colors. It's wonderful. Alright, so I'm going to cut this just there. And it's not an exact science here. I'm just cutting enough to leave me enough to dovetail on the end, okay? So now you guys have seen me do this before. If you cut up the center how far you want, and then from each side, you have a better chance, not always a perfect chance, but a better chance of getting it more even or more centered or whatever you want to call it. Alright, now I'm going to get some mini dimensionals and put them on my card. Okay. And voila. We are done with that. Perfect. Isn't it fabulous? Alright, now, no naked insides. So let's bring out the navy again. And we're going to stamp this fabulous wishing you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year sentiment on the inside of our adorable little card. There we go. And then the Poppy Parade for our cardinal. And we will just tuck it right there. What do you think? Fabulous? I love it. Alright, that card is done. How easy was that? Fabulous. Okay, now let me get things moved out of the way here just a little bit because the box is a little bit different. Okay, let's start with some stamping first so I can get that out of the way. Now I need to clean the wishing you because I'm going to use Poppy Parade on it instead of Night of Navy. Let me go ahead and clean my stamps right quick, and then they're out of the way. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Now, bring that back in with some Poppy Parade ink. And tap, tap, tap. Not smush, smush, smush. And stamp it down in the center. Very good. And then I'm gonna take some Pool Party and that fabulous little snowflake. Let me grab it. And my scratch paper again. And this time I'm going to ink up the snowflake, And I'm going to stamp it down once so that it's not so dark, and then stamp it down over the middle of my tag just to give it a little something extra. Okay? And now I'm going to put dimensionals between the layers because I really like how it pops up here. And we're going to be able to glue the tag directly onto the window sheet cover. So that way it's not quite so popped up. It'll be popped up a little bit to give us some nice texture, but it won't be crazy. That's what I'm saying. Alright, so dimensionals. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. And line it up nice and easy. Oops. There we go. Alright, now that's ready. Okay, now let's do this card. What I'm going to do is leave it just how it is for right now, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to score on all 4 sides 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. All right. Get that out of the way. And now I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to slide it just under the edge of the envelope like that, and that helps me get it cut without making too much damage to my envelope. So I'm just going to drag it along just like that. Nice and easy. There we go. And then you don't have to worry about this, but it makes me crazy, so I pull that stuff off. Alright, there we are. Okay, now let me grab my scissors. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to cut tabs, so it'll probably be easier to see this way. So we're going to cut up this direction, and we're cutting this tiny little notch in the flap here. And then this one. And we're cutting them off. Okay, there we go. And then we want to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll cut both those tiny little tabs off. There we go. Cut this one off. Here we go. And get those out of the way. So now you have this. Alright, are you still with me? Okay, now we're going to take this direction. So we're cutting into the next, these ones are actual squares. You'll notice you've got your silver box here. You have 4 squares in the corners. So we're going to make tabs out of those. Alright, so we're going to go like that. And we're going to make tabs. So we'll go this way and this way. And then we're going to do the same thing here. This way and this way. This way and this way. And then we're going to cut this excess stuff off. Now don't worry about this because it's all going to be hidden again when we put it back together. Alright, so don't worry. Now we're coming onto this side and we're just going to cut the little tabs off. So again, we're just cutting the little tabs off. There we go. So now you're left with something that looks like this. Alright, so you've got your squares, you have your corner piece or your end pieces and your front and back pieces. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this around. Now we're going to burnish our score lines. So we're going to go there. That one's already done, and we'll burnish this one. And then we'll go here. That one's already done, and then we'll do this one. Here, that one's done, and we'll do this one. And here, that one's done, and then we'll do this one. Alright, now I want to use tear and tape because when I'm working with a box, kind of like to make sure that I've got a nice good adhesive, so I'm going to use tear and tape. It's my favorite for making boxes. And I'm just going to put a couple little pieces on each of these little tabs, okay? So let's go here and here. Now the envelope paper is a little bit thinner than regular cardstock, so you may be worried that it's not going to hold up as well. But don't worry, because it almost totally gets doubled over in all aspects, and I'll show you what I mean when we start folding it together. But basically it gets double layers on pretty much every section of it, so it actually gets reinforced pretty well. Alright, so let's go ahead and burnish that adhesive down. Okay. Love my take your pick tool. If you do not have one of these, I cannot say it enough. You've got to have one because they are fabulous. Alright, here we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and take off all of the tabs at once because I want to be able to get this put together rather quickly. Now we don't worry about overlaps because we're just going to fold them back over each other. So it's okay for it to have edges that hang over. There we go. Work with me, friend. Work with me. There we go. It's always the last one, isn't it? All right. Now, get those out of the way. Okay. So, all you're doing is taking the tab and you're folding your box in like this, okay? And bring it up and over. Oh, I didn't burnish those down. That would have been a good one. Okay. Up and over, and then it's going to line up with the edges right here. Okay, so line it up with the edges just like that. Alright, and you're going to do that on all four sides. So we're going to line it up with the edges, and then line it up. Ooh, hold on now, don't get so antsy. Line it up with the edges. And then last one, line it up with the edges. Okay, now at this point, we've got all of these edges tucked in, and we've got our box base, and this is what I'm talking about where all of the parts of the box end up being overlapped, because we're going to take these in and push them in this way, and then we're going to take these in and push them in this way. So, as you can see, there we go. This is double wall, this is double wall, and now that is double wall. So it's now double thickness, and check that out. I love how it keeps the envelope design on the inside. I think that is the cutest thing ever. Okay, and then if you want to, you can either lick and stick or just leave it, however is up to you. Alright, so let's get that window sheet. It's right here. And we're going to score on an inch all the way around. And now with window sheets, you know, you have to kind of put some real oomph into them. So let me grab my stylus here. Okay, 1 inch. Whoops, let's get back in screen here. 1 inch. We'll give it a good press. And turn. 1 inch. And turn. 1 inch. And turn. 1 inch. And done. Alright, now I am also going to burnish these lines. So let's take our hands here and kind of manually fold it, and then we can get our good burnish line going. There we go. You really want a good crisp burnished edge because that's going to help your lid go into the box snug, and it makes it look really nice too. So definitely want crisp edges when it comes to boxes. Alright, there we go. And then last one is right there. And there we go. Okay, now with acetate window sheets to make the box, lid, I don't really need these corner squares. Now, if I were making a box, I would keep the tabs because I'd have to attach them. But since it's just a lid, I can go ahead and just cut those sections out without any worry. Oops. Well, if I get them actually cut out. There we go. And there we are. Let's get our corners cut. One more. And here we go. Alright, now, once we have those cut out, all we have to do is stick this part inside the box, and it closes up. So, as you can see here, we've got the acetate sheet, the window sheet inside the box, and, oh, let's see here. Alright, so I want to take a little bit of ribbon and trim it out here. Hold on. There we go. Alright, it really doesn't take very much, as you can see. And I'm going to run a piece of tear and tape across it because I'm going to use that to attach it to the tag. Well, but doing this, getting the backing off is so much fun. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to do that. Just enough to peek out. I knew better than to pull on it though. Julie DiMatteo has a fabulous tip about using a lighter to lightly melt the edges of your ribbon so that it doesn't fray. And I could and should have done that just then. Alright, there we go. And then I'll put another piece of tear and tape here on this side, and that's just sandwiching the ribbon between the two layers of tear and tape so it keeps it on. And then we'll put this directly onto the lid, just like that. All right, very good. Now, let's go ahead and decorate the sides. The sides are 3.5, yes, by 3/4. So we'll want to get our 2 longest end pieces, and they're already 3/4 inches. So we just need to cut them at 3.5. So we'll bring out the clunker again. And do 3.5 inches. And then the shorter sides are 2 3/8. So the 2 shorter ones we'll cut at 2 3/8. There we go. Now we've got the shorter and the longer pieces. And I'll just use some liquid glue. You can use snail or continue with the tear and tape if you want to. And now we're going to be reinforcing the sides of this box yet again with layers of paper. I like that this brings in the colors from the card. I think it's great. Now, I have fiddled around with the box, and I was able to get 6 Hershey's Nuggets in here. I was able to get 10 of those little, what are they? These things, the little bite-sized Hershey's candy bars. I could get 10 of them in this box. So it's actually a pretty decent sized little box. Which is great because with Christmas coming up, you can always use fun and fabulous gift boxes. Am I right? There we go. And one more. There we are. All right, now we've got all 4 panels. Looking good. And we'll take some more of our metallic edge ribbon. And we're just gonna tie, oops, come on now. We're going to tie another one of those fabulous little knots. There we go. This is a little more challenging with a box. There we go. There we go. We got it. All right. Stay, friend. Stay, friend. Here we go. All right. Get out of the way. Thank you very much. All right, there we go. Now, let's get this put in here, and there we go, friends. All right, so we have our fabulous box with acetate window sheet. I keep calling it acetate, but it is window sheet clear viewing cover so that you can have fun little treats in there, and you have a fantastic gift card to go along with it. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's projects, and that you will visit the Paper Pumpkin Groupies Facebook page for more alternative project inspiration for the October kit. And don't forget to subscribe to the paper pumpkin kit down in the description box below. There's a link for you, and you're not going to want to miss out on the November kit. Gift tags, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see what they are, and they're going to coordinate with this month's kit, so it's going to be beautiful. So I hope that you have enjoyed the projects today. I hope that I will see you again soon, and until next time, bye for now.